How many times have you been around an older woman who seemed completely indifferent, only to find out later she was actually interested? If you felt that confusion, you are not alone. Mature women do not show attraction like younger women. They are subtle, cautious, and highly aware of emotional dynamics. They have lived through relationships, seen patterns, and learned how to protect themselves. Younger women often make it obvious. They giggle, play with their hair, or use social media to signal interest. An older woman? She communicates differently. She drops psychological breadcrumbs. These cues are subtle, but they are deliberate. She wants to see if you notice, how you respond, and whether you can handle her level of sophistication. Stoic wisdom gives you an advantage here. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action." Her subtlety, which confuses most men, becomes your tool if you understand it. Every signal is a test of your confidence, your emotional intelligence, and your presence. Let's break down the 5 subtle signs an older woman secretly likes you and how to respond. Sign 1. Strategic proximity. She appears near you repeatedly, not by accident, but by design. Her presence is deliberate, measured, and calculated. She wants to be noticed without forcing attention, creating openings that allow you to engage on your terms. This is how mature women signal interest. They rely on subtlety, not obvious gestures. You might see her at the same coffee shop, returning at times that overlap with your routine. Perhaps she attends the same networking events, positions herself near your workspace, or lingers in common areas without interrupting your flow. These actions appear casual, but repetition reveals intent. She is observing how you handle presence, gauging your awareness, and testing whether you notice the small, controlled signals she leaves. Timing matters. Every appearance, every slight adjustment in proximity is intentional. She does not approach recklessly. She chooses moments that allow you to make the first move naturally. She gives you space to lead, showing that she respects your confidence and emotional steadiness. Bold or overt actions are not her style. She communicates through consistency, presence, and quiet observation. Practical exercise: track patterns over a week. Notice if she appears in places where your paths naturally cross more often than chance allows. Observe whether she lingers without forcing interaction. If these patterns exist, recognize that she is testing your awareness. Respond with calm, grounded energy. Approach her with confidence. Introduce yourself if you haven't yet, and acknowledge her subtle effort with steady attention. This awareness demonstrates emotional intelligence and respect, signaling that you understand her method and can engage at her level. By noticing these subtle cues, you shift from being a passive observer to an active participant. Strategic proximity is more than location. It is a signal of interest, a test of confidence, and a measure of your ability to read sophisticated social dynamics. Recognize it, respect it, and use it as your first step toward meaningful connection. Sign 2. Intellectual investment. Older women value the mind over superficial gestures. For her, connection is not about casual compliments or fleeting charm. It is about substance, depth, and meaningful engagement. She seeks a partner who can match her intellect, navigate complexity, and respond with insight. She tests not only what you know, but how you think and how you carry yourself in conversation. She asks your opinion, recalls details from past discussions, or shares materials, articles, books, or ideas she believes will resonate with you. Each action is deliberate. She observes how you respond, measures your curiosity, and gauges your ability to engage without defensiveness or ego. This is not casual friendliness. It is a signal that she respects your mind and wants to see if you respect hers. Example: a week ago, you mentioned a philosophical idea or a current event. Later, she brings it up again, asks for your interpretation, or offers a counterpoint. She is testing your reasoning, watching your emotional composure, and subtly flirting through intellectual engagement. How you respond reveals your confidence, patience, and capacity for connection on a higher level. Practical exercise: When she engages in these conversations, listen actively. Avoid rushing to impress or offering superficial responses. Reflect on her points, respond with clarity, and maintain steady presence. Move beyond small talk when she reaches for depth. Acknowledge her effort by showing genuine interest and appreciation. This demonstrates emotional intelligence and signals that you value her mind as much as her presence. Intellectual investment is more than conversation. It is a test of alignment, curiosity, and respect. Recognizing it allows you to participate fully, showing that you can engage at her level. Respond thoughtfully, remain composed, and meet her effort with your own. This is how trust forms, how attraction grows, and how subtle signals transform into meaningful connection. Sign 3. Selective Vulnerability. She shares personal stories or challenges, but only when she feels safe. Older women protect their emotions carefully, revealing only what they judge worthy of your attention and respect. Each disclosure is intentional, measured, and strategic. She is testing your steadiness, your ability to handle her truths without judgment, criticism, or neediness. Every piece of information she shares is a subtle evaluation. She observes your reaction, noticing if you stay grounded or if you let emotions or ego take over. This is her way of assessing whether you can provide emotional stability, empathy, and trustworthiness. She does not overshare casually. Vulnerability is a tool she uses to see if you can rise to her level. Example: during a coffee meeting, she might mention a past professional setback, a difficult decision she faced, or a personal challenge she overcame. She is not asking for advice or solutions. She is offering a window into her world, signaling that she respects you enough to let you in. How you respond matters more than what you say. Your calm presence and measured engagement demonstrate that you can handle her truth without turning the moment into a reflection on yourself. Practical exercise: listen actively and completely. Avoid the urge to fix, reassure, or one-up her experiences. Acknowledge her courage for sharing. Maintain steady composure. Respond with calm, grounded presence that shows you value the trust she extended. Even a simple acknowledgement, like noting your appreciation for her openness, signals that you understand the significance of the moment. Selective vulnerability is a test of emotional intelligence. Recognizing these moments allows you to respond in a way that builds trust, strengthens connection, and communicates reliability. By meeting her openness with patience, respect, and calm confidence, you demonstrate that you can hold space for her without needing to dominate or control the conversation. Sign 4. Time priority. Time is the ultimate measure of interest. An older woman manages a full schedule of work, responsibilities, and personal commitments. Every moment is valuable. If she makes time for you, it is deliberate, meaningful, and intentional. She is signaling that you matter enough for her to adjust her priorities. Notice the subtle ways she invests her time. She may stretch conversations longer than necessary, initiate activities, or follow up on events you mentioned in passing. These actions show that she values your presence and is actively building a connection. Unlike casual gestures, her involvement is consistent and purposeful, reflecting both interest and discernment. Example: you mention an art exhibit or a book reading. Later, she brings it up again, asks for your impressions, or suggests attending together. She is not just making conversation. She is integrating you into her schedule and showing that she wants shared experiences. These deliberate choices reveal a deeper level of attraction and engagement. Practical exercise: match her effort. When she invests time, be fully present. Put away distractions, maintain focus, and engage sincerely with the activity or conversation. Acknowledge her initiative and show appreciation for the moments she prioritizes. By demonstrating reciprocal effort, you reinforce her confidence in your presence and establish a rhythm of mutual respect and interest. Time priority is not about grand gestures or dramatic displays. It is about consistent attention availability, and responsiveness. Recognizing these subtle cues allows you to respond with awareness and confidence. When you meet her intentionality with your own grounded commitment, you signal reliability, respect, and emotional intelligence, qualities that older women consistently value. Sign 5. Subtle physical signals. She tests boundaries with light, controlled physical cues. Longer eye contact, brief touches, leaning in. These are deliberate and measured. Every movement is intentional, designed to gauge your comfort, awareness, and confidence. She is not acting randomly. She is observing your reactions and measuring your presence. Older women rarely use overt physical flirting. Instead, they rely on subtlety to communicate interest while maintaining control over their personal space. These small gestures reveal attraction and trust simultaneously. How you respond signals whether you can handle closeness without overreacting or appearing needy. Example: at a gathering, she might angle her body toward you, mirror your posture, or let a hand touch linger for a moment. She watches how you respond, noting whether you remain composed and confident. These moments are controlled tests, not accidental contact. They are opportunities for you to demonstrate calm awareness and steady presence. Practical exercise: stay relaxed. Maintain steady eye contact. Mirror her gestures subtly without overdoing it. Avoid flinching or stepping back when she makes contact. Respond with quiet confidence that communicates you are comfortable, composed, and in control of your energy. Respect her pace. Let her signals guide you while maintaining your grounded presence. Subtle physical signals are as much about observation as interaction. Recognizing them allows you to respond in a way that builds trust, demonstrates emotional intelligence, and reinforces attraction. Meeting her measured gestures with steady, confident engagement shows that you understand the nuances of her communication and are capable of connecting on her level. These small cues, when noticed and matched thoughtfully, create a foundation of comfort, interest, and mutual respect. By responding appropriately, you demonstrate self-assurance and awareness, the qualities mature women value most. Before, you may have missed these cues, looking for bold or obvious signs. Now, you notice patterns, intellectual effort, selective vulnerability, time investment, and boundary testing. Awareness alone increases your attractiveness. Older women seek men who are steady, aware, and confident. They want someone who recognizes sophistication, respects subtlety, and can lead without being prompted. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. The subtlety that once confused you now becomes your advantage." You read cues that 95% of men overlook. You understand her tests, her patience, and her strategy. Understanding these signs is just the start. Next, you must respond with precision. Lead naturally, escalate without pressure, and communicate emotional intelligence. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to build trust, respect, and attraction. Apply what you learn consistently. Stay aware. Stay grounded. Observe, respond, and match her subtle cues. That is the path to connection with high-quality, mature women. Drop a comment sharing your experience. Have you noticed these signs before? How did you respond? Engage actively. Awareness and practice are the foundation. This is Stoic 95. Master your presence, read subtle signals, and step confidently into interactions most men fail to navigate. You are ready to notice, respond, and connect.